will lift up your face without shame. You will firmly stand with no fear inside. You will surely forget your troubles and pain, recalling them only as water's gone by.
Not long ago, I decided to go for a walk outside and pray. I like to talk to God when I am out in nature. It makes me feel closer to Him, and I can see everything that He made for me to appreciate. So I was walking along the path, and I was noticing that the flowers were starting to bloom all around the field. I was listening to the birds singing in the trees. I was even able to see a few little bugs that were climbing on different blades of grass or leaves. And I was just aware of what was happening around me as I was talking to God and thanking Him for different things in my life at the time. Pretty soon I came to a part in the path that was a little bit muddy. We had had some rain, and it was a little bit lower than the rest of the path. So it was wet. I started going on that part of the path, and my eyes were pointed towards my feet. I was trying to avoid the mud, trying to avoid sinking into the mud and getting my shoes dirty. So I was picking and choosing where I was going to step, being very careful about that, to step on higher rocks or to the side. And as I was doing this, probably only for a minute or two, I realized that I no longer heard the birds singing, and I could no longer see the flowers or the trees or to appreciate even the sun on my face. It was warm that day, and it was shining down, and I could feel the warmth before. But when I was looking at my feet, I wasn't able to do that. I started thinking more about why this was, and I realized my focus had shifted. It had shifted from my periphery to see what was all around me. It had narrowed. It had narrowed to my feet and to where I was going. And I was concentrating more on exactly where I was going and what I was doing. It was very self-centered, so to speak. And that's kind of what we do with worry. Worry narrows our field of vision. It narrows what we care about, what we focus on. When we're going through something, worry makes our world smaller, and it makes us think about ourselves more than what's around us. And it's very hard to be thankful when we're focused on worrying. When I finally did look up from my feet and where I was going, I noticed to the left of me, it was like a rusty barrel of some sort that had been discarded on the side of the path. I wouldn't have noticed this had I been staring at my feet still, but I was looking up, I was more aware, and I saw it, and I thought, that's kind of odd. What's that doing to the side there? And me, I tend to associate a lot of things with worry. I started thinking, well, what could this be in my path on worry and in this situation? And I thought the rusty barrel could be people in my life that have needs, that are in need of something that I don't notice when I'm focused on me and on my worries, essentially looking at my feet. I don't even notice. I pass them right by. I'm focused on myself. I don't see that they have needs or that I could help meet those needs. So worry narrows our focus, not just for ourselves, but it doesn't allow us to see what's around us, the people around us in our lives that we could help, the areas that we could speak truth into other people's lives, because we're too focused on our own. So what we need to do is look up. What we need to do is be sure we're looking around us at other people's situations, at the people God places in our lives at different times, instead of focused on our feet, on where we're going and where we're going to go next. It broadens our vision, and it allows us to speak truth into other people's lives where we couldn't do that when we were so focused on worrying about our life and what's happening